what is keeping you from starting your welding business that you want to start. If that's something that you're aspiring to do, what's keeping you from it? Options were money. Is it money that's keeping you? Tools, equipment, that could be a factor. Time, you don't have time to put the effort into it. The knowledge, you just don't know what to do. All that is valid. On the poll, out of the few people that checked in on that, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for participating in that. It was money. It was money was the factor. And money and time, all this plays into it. Now, I just want to share, some of our story. When I got to a point in my career in the welding industry, I was just at a point where, things weren't moving the way I wanted them to. Things, I tried to contribute. I feel like I was a great employee. I feel, growing frustration. So my background in just being brought up, I was kind of, pretty entrepreneurial. I've talked about it, from cutting grass to making things to selling things to trading cards. So when it came to that point, I was real frustrated. Finally made the decision, hey, I'm gonna take this step. And I didn't have a nest egg. I didn't have a business plan per se. I wasn't, I don't have a business background. I didn't go to college and have a business. I don't have an MBA. I just don't have a background in business. So it just came down to what my instincts are, is do it. Let's get out there, and I can show you better. I can tell you. Like I did above and beyond what the expectations were, as far as what I brought to the table. My talent, my efficiency was real key part in changing some things to help change the timing and the expectations. Because a lot of times, and we'll go into like, how long does a job take? How long does a project take? And a lot of times it was overblown, it was overstated. So there was a lot of dead time in there when things could have been more efficient. We could have charged, made more money off of a project, as opposed to just that dead space in there. So more work getting done equals more productivity, more revenue. But it wasn't, to me, it wasn't acted upon when it was voiced, when things were asked to be changed, timelines and whatnot. So if I wanted to change, I had to be that change. Quote in one of his songs, his every move is a calculated step. So I try to move that way. I try to not jump out there just blindly, but make it a calculated step. Because a dream remains a dream until you put a date on it, right? So once you put a date on a dream, it becomes a goal. Okay, so now we have a dream and we have a goal. Now it's attainable, because hey, what we're gonna do is it has a timeline on it. Now we got some reality. Now it comes to reality. How far is that timeline though? How far is that timeline from when you started as a dream to the point to where it becomes your deadline? That's something that you're working on towards. Where are you? Where are you in that? If you have the dream to open a business, and you need money to reach this deadline, to get to that point, to turn that into an actual living thing. My analogy I like to use on that is marriage. Now, you can get engaged all you want. Maybe not all you want, but you can get engaged, right? And you say, and somebody can accept an engagement. But until that date is set, it's really fluff. There's no validity to it, because until you put a date, once you put a date, this is the day we're getting married. Engagements, I've seen engagements go years and years. So, but once you put that definitive date on it, now we got something. Now it's reality. Now we're getting prepared for that. It's not just, we're just floating along and what happens, because you know what? You're not going to just wake up one day and a wedding is going to happen. No, you have to plan for that. You have to, there's steps you have to take. So once you put that date, that's a first step. Engagement is a first step. The date is the goal. Now, in between there, you have to make a plan. you have to fulfill your plan in between there to reach that goal and to make it what you want it to be. Now, you could put 3 weeks worth of timing, worth of 3 weeks or 3 days worth of planning into it, and it's not going to be as extravagant. It's not going to be as glamorous. You're not going to have the money. You're not going to have the time. You're not going to have the facilities. Probably, but what can happen is you can still get married, right? But if you put some time into it, if you put a year, if you put 6 months, a year, now you can accumulate some funds and save it up and start accumulating what you need for that wedding. And people can plan for it. People can help and provide, help share and give and whatnot, take on roles and whatnot. And it can be a bigger, a better event maybe. So let's go back to the business. So that being said, when I made the decision, I'm going to do this, and I kind of floated along without any goals, without a timeline. It was there in my mind. I'm going to do this. But finally I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. And it's going to be June 15th. That's going to be my emancipation day. That's going to be my getaway day, right? That's going to be the time that I'm doing it. Cause this was in January. And I said, I'm going to give myself 6 months. And what I'm going to do during that time is, one, I'm going to save.